What's going on, Stim junkies? Hi, Stim Ace here. Hope you guys are having an incredible Monday and a great start to your week. This video here is going to go for a little while because I have a lot of content to be dropping in this video. There's going to be a lot of knowledge, a lot of information. Hi, Stim Ace is going to put you on game in this video. So make sure you watch it till the end, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and let's get this party started. So originally, this video was supposed to drop in December as part of my top lists of 2025 playlists. Unfortunately, I've been super busy, had been swamped with a lot of different things in my personal life, and I just haven't had time to drop this video. So here we are in 2026, and it's just as relevant as ever because everybody wants to get pumped and look swole and juicy while they're at the gym. And there is nothing wrong with a little bit of vanity. In the end of the day, we all want to look swole. So there are three different categories when it comes to pump-based products, and Stim Ace is going to cover all three on this video. This is a mega pump tier video for 2026. We're going to go over the glycerol-based products. We're going to go over the pump pills or capsules, whichever way you guys choose to refer to them as. And we're going to go over the non-stim pre-workouts, which those kind of go into their own two little categories. You have pure pump formulas, which are really meant to be stacked with other pre-workouts to give the pumps. And then you have non-stim pre-workouts, which is essentially a pump-based pre-workout that also has nootropics and cognitive benefits and strength-inducing benefits and recovery benefits and a whole bunch of other stuff, pretty much getting the entire pre-workout experience minus the stimulants. So we are going to break everything down. This list is not going in any particular order because these are all products I use regularly. As you guys are going to see, this is my entire stash right over here. So I'm not just putting a picture on the side and telling you what I'm using. I'm literally going to show you all the products that are in my personal rotation that I use year round. So let's roll that intro, guys, and let's get started with the ultimate 2026 pump list. All right, guys, so we are going to begin with glycerol liquid, and there are plenty of glycerol liquids on the market. Literally every company in this day and age has their own liquid-based glycerol pre-workout, something that you could take either at 1 or 2 caps, and a lot of times you're going to get 15 to 20 grams of liquid glycerol. There's also powdered forms, but those tend to clump up and they can't really put as much as is efficaciously necessary to give you the actual benefits of the glycerol. But I have a bunch of different glycerol products. I want to give an honorable shout out to Extremis Cartel, Sicario Swole, Anti-Huge Supplement, Liquid Glycerol, which is unflavored. Those two are really, really good. But officially on the list here, I only have 2. And for no particular reason other than the fact that they seem to work best for me. And also, they don't have that nasty glycerol taste that a lot of glycerol has. I don't know if you guys ever had regular glycerol, but it's got like this thick, ultra sweet honey-like consistency, and it really, really gets me nauseated. I actually have a very hard time shooting down glycerol. I always cut it with water or I mix it into a pre-workout so I don't have to tolerate that nasty, sticky taste going down. But these two right here actually are tolerable. So whatever flavoring system they use for them, they are right on the money. They don't give me that nasty reaction. It's a little bit more diluted. And for whatever reason, these two here give me the craziest pumps, even more so than the other two that I just named. And the first one we have here is Pump Sauce from the company Pump Sauce. They do have other products now, but this was their main flagship product. It's a non-stim glycerol-based pre-workout. It's got glycerol at 20 grams, citrulline malate at 4 grams, agmatine sulfate at 1.5 grams, and pink Himalayan salt at 400 milligrams. So it's a very simple label. It's great to stack on to pretty much any other pre-workout. The citrulline is just there to help a little bit with the blood flow. It's not a crazy efficacious dose, so you can definitely stack this with something that already has citrulline in it. And I don't know, for whatever reason, it gives me the craziest freaking pumps. And another one that I have here also is from Psychopharma, and this is their Psycho Syrup Purple Drink flavor. I think it's the only flavor they have so far. If you guys know about Purple Drink, you know what that's all about. But this one here tastes really freaking good. And also you're getting 20 grams of 20 grams of glycerol, 3 grams of citrulline, agmatine at 1500, and arginine at 1000. So also pretty simple. You guys got to understand that it's very difficult to actually add other ingredients to this. The manufacturing process is very limited in what it can do. But this one here, besides the fact that it tastes really good and has 0 of that nasty glycerol flavor, it's going to give you the craziest, swollest, juiciest pumps and literally stackable on anything. So these are my top 2 in no particular order. let's move on to the capsules. So we're going to start with our good friends over at Huge Supplements, which actually have two products on this tier right here. And this one is the Arachidome, or how is it called? Arachidone, whatever the hell it's called. I don't know how to pronounce it, guys. But this one here is very, very interesting. It's different than any other pump pill on the market because it's not technically a pump pill in the traditional sense. This is a single ingredient product, and it does have arachidonic acid, 40% yield at 1,000 milligrams per 2 soft gels. And it comes with, I think, 60 total. So you're getting your money's worth in here. For whatever reason, just taking 2 of these pump capsules 20 minutes before starting training, pairing it with any pre-workout, it just works really, really well. It kind of blows you up. It puffs you up a little bit. There's something in here that kind of creates a little bit of muscular inflammation. So it's not something I use all the time because I already deal with a lot of inflammation as it is, but it's definitely light. There's no stomach issues, and it really gets the job done. And especially combining it with pre-workouts that already have citrulline or other pump ingredients in there, nitrates or what have you, it just amplifies that effect. It's a very, very cool, interesting product. Next up, we have Sicario Surge from our good friends over at Extremis Cartel, right? You got the king over here with the crown. That's the Extremis Cartel logo. And this one here is really, really crazy, mostly focusing on nitrates, a little bit of pine bark in here as well. We're not going to go over all the labels. You can take this at either 3 or 6 capsules. I take it at the full 6 cap dose. I'm actually down to my last 6, which is very sad, but this was really an amazing hitter from Extremis Cartel. Really, really well-rounded. And then we have another one from Huge Supplements, and obviously to nobody's surprise, this is Magnify, the new version. Now, I love the old version. I love the fact that it had beetroot in it, which for whatever reason, they're not using beetroot anymore in any of their products, which I miss. I do like the beetroot a lot, but this one here is really, really incredible. 6 capsules, 30 servings per container, so it's light, it's easy, it's stackable on pretty much anything, and you really don't even have to add this to anything that has citrulline. Even if you're not having any citrulline in your pre-workout, if you're adding Magnify to it, the vascularity is crazy. This is literally one of the most vein-inducing vascular types of products. You guys are really going to like it, and definitely worth picking up. And the last one we have here is obviously Bloody Hell from Apollo Nutrition, right? This is the latest version, the new one with the Terrifier type of inspired character on it. Really, really cool. Reviewed this one. And this is essentially a little bit different than the last version because the last version was more of a well-rounded pump capsule. This one here is essentially just a nitrate blend at crazy, crazy dosages. So you could take this at, well, they say the serving size is 6 capsules, but honestly, you could take it at 3. This thing is overloaded to the max. Arginine nitrate, NO3T, 2,500 milligrams, vasodrive at 1016, and sodium nitrate at 1,000 milligrams. So freaking loaded. The only thing is you shouldn't stack this on a pre-workout that already has nitrates in there because then it's too much and you know, you can get a little lightheaded or fatigued or whatever. It could lower your blood pressure. I don't know. I personally never had issues, but then again, be careful when stacking this one on products that already have nitrates. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the tubs that we have, and we're going to go again in no particular order. These are just some of my favorites that are in my personal stash that I use on the regular basis. I alternate them, and depending on what Stim-based pre-workout I'm running, I'm going to pair different products with it. It all has to do with the best and most efficient way to pair the products. But the first thing we have here is Bloodbath from Insane Labs. And this is actually the flavored version. They do have an unflavored version, which I did finish. It's a relatively light label. It's a light scoop, also 2 scoops coming in at 15.8 grams. So this is definitely on the lighter side of things. And it makes it a perfect addition to add to products that are a little bit heavier. So if you're already taking a 20-gram scoop or whatever, and you don't want that extra, 30-gram or whatever pump formula, this is a great option. And despite the fact that it seems a little bit less clinically dosed than other products, this thing just hits way above its weight. And you do have something in here, the Blood Sauce Blend, which is a semi-prop blend. But for whatever reason, this thing really works well. 6 grams of citrulline malate, 2-to-1 ratio, so really just 4 grams of L-citrulline. But for whatever reason, citrulline malate always works for me really well, even at a low dose. So this is a good lightweight formula. It's also on the cheaper side of things, so definitely one that you guys can pick up. Next, we're going to go to Anarchy Labs, and this is also a simpler one. This is also a pump formula, so it really is there just for the pumps and nothing else. No nootropics, nothing in here. This is Senshi, and this is the blood orange flavor, which is really, really tasty. Now, this is also a light scoop. You're getting 13 grams per 1 scoop in here, 10 grams of citrulline, freaking overloaded, crazy amount of citrulline. Self-flow 600 milligrams, Himalayan pink salt 500, and estrogen for absorption 50. So super, super light label. It's essentially self-flow and citrulline, but you can add this to any pre-workout that does not already have citrulline. So, any Insane Labs products, or maybe Dark Labs Flame or whatever, basically just a Stim blend. Or if you're running a fat burner capsule, right, something that just has stimulants and nootropics in there or whatever, this is a great option to add to those kinds of products. It's more than enough to get you pumped. You're not really going to get super swole on this one, more vascular and veiny, but really, really good product. I really, really like it. And sticking with Apollo Nutrition and with the Pure Pump formulas, we're going to go next to their Blood Sport. Yeah, this is another iconic one and another super loaded label. 10 grams of citrulline in here, and then you have taurine also to help a little with performance, Himalayan pink salt, and obviously the star of the show is the NO3T at 4,200 milligrams, arginine nitrate. I mean, crazy, crazy dose right here. And then you also have the Vasodrive AP at 1016. So double the clinical dose, if not more. Crazy. And this is unflavored. They do not have a flavored version. So you can literally stack this on any pre-workout. But again, don't stack it on something that already has a lot of nitrates in there, because you don't want to deal with that potential side effect. But really, really crazy one. I personally love stacking this on Smash AMF or any of those other illicit bunker formulas that have zero pumps that can kind of get you a little bit too hopped up. This is a perfect way to kind of bring down the intensity just a little bit, but add to that pump and focus and performance aspect. So really, really good all around. And we're going to do one more from Apollo Nutrition. Might as well finish off with Apollo Nutrition, right? And this is an iconic one. Everybody knows this. Bare Knuckle from Apollo Nutrition. This is the pineapple raspberry flavor, which is decent. This is definitely one of the old remnants of old Apollo Nutrition before they fixed up their flavoring system. It's not a bad flavor, but it definitely tastes more like that old Apollo Nutrition as opposed to the new Apollo Nutrition, which has been releasing a lot of stuff that's really flavored well. New Time Cop, New Assassin, the stuff has been tasting really, really fire lately. But in terms of a loaded, non-stim pre-workout, you can't get better than this. This is freaking crazy. We're not going to go over the label, but just a couple of highlights here. L-citrulline at 10 grams, NO3T obviously 4,200. You're getting tyrosine in here for focus at 3,000 milligrams, beta-alanine. You're getting Himalayan pink salt, Cognitic for brain function, alpha GBC, and these are all big doses, clinically dosed. And again, this is a non-stim pre-workout, so this is a heavy scoop. It's a 27-gram scoop, not the heaviest one we have on here. We actually have a lot of pre-workouts that have heavier scoops, but this is a solid choice. People swear by this one, myself included. Gives you an amazing full pump, but also vascular, and really also gives you those nootropic benefits, the cognitive benefits, the strength, performance, all that other stuff. This is a fully amazing non-stim pre-workout. And yes, you can stack like 200-300 milligrams of caffeine on top of it, and you got yourself a premium top-end, high-shelf daily driver. So definitely a great choice from Apollo Nutrition. And up next, we have, this is a really good one, Toxic Masculinity Nutrition Warlord Pump, right? This is the latest tub. The old tubs used to look a little bit different, but I kind of like the modernized aesthetic. This is the Rocket Pop flavor. And what I really like about this product here is that it uses beetroot powder. Okay, beetroot powder is one of my favorite pump ingredients, and not a lot of people like using beetroot because it does affect the flavor. It adds a little bit of a beet flavor, which is very distinct, very earthy, a little sweet. But a lot of people are not into it. I'm half Polish, so I am biased. We love our beets, okay? So anything that reminds me a little bit of that beet flavor, man, even just smelling it, you're smelling the Rocket Pop, but there is that essence in there, that sweet, earthy essence of the beets, and I freaking love it. But this is a cool product because it literally has a mix of pump ingredients and also some other ingredients to help with focus and like nootropics. So this falls somewhere in between a pump formula and a fully loaded non-stim pre-workout. I would say this is closer to a non-stim pre-workout, not as fully loaded as Bare Knuckle or some of the other ones that we're gonna go over very shortly, but this is a very good product, and it's also a very light scoop, 17.7 grams, 10 grams of citrulline, 2 grams of glycerol powder, which I really like. It's not a clinical dose, obviously, but it is gonna puff you up just a little bit, retain a little bit of that water in the muscle, so very solid. You do have the beetroot in here at 500 milligrams. You also have alpha GBC, taurine, and huperzine A. So a couple of focus ingredients, nothing too crazy, no tyrosine in here, but overall a great non-stim pre-workout that isn't going to sit heavy on your stomach. Again, the only caveat is it does have a little bit of that beet flavor. I personally love it, but I know that not everybody will vibe with it. Now up next, we have actually a newcomer and the product that I didn't get around to reviewing yet. So consider this a little teaser of the review that will be dropping soon. What we have here is Project M Supplements Pump Master. And yes, that is Master Chief right here on the cover. Look at this freaking tub. Look how massive this thing is. This is a non-stim pre-workout, but it's probably one of the most unique products here on the list because if you look at the front here, it says Extreme Barely Stim Pump Formula. What the hell does that even mean? I'll be honest, I'm still in the process of figuring it out. I've already ran this one like 3 or 4 times, and I'm still kind of gauging it, which is why I haven't dropped a review. It's obviously a good product. I like it, but it's different, okay? And we're not going to go over everything. I don't want to spoil everything, okay, because the review is coming. But 2 scoops come in at 31 grams, and you're getting 30 servings at 2 scoops, which is why this thing is massive. So if you take this at 1 scoop, you're going to get 60 freaking servings. And sometimes I did only take it at 1 scoop because I paired it on something that already had like 4 or 5 grams of citrulline. So I didn't want to overdo it. So this thing, if you're buying it, it's going to last you a long time, okay? But you are getting the citrulline malate in here at 10 grams, 2-to-1 ratio. And again, I like citrulline malate. Sue me. It works better for me. You're also getting glycerol at 3 grams. Beetroot is in here, okay? And it actually factors into the flavor, okay? This definitely has a little bit of that beet flavor as well. I like it. Not everybody will. But there is a couple of interesting additions in here. And one of those additions is alpha-yohimbine at 3 milligrams. Wait a minute. That's a stimulant. Alpha-yo is supposed to get you hopped up, but guess what? There is no caffeine in here. So how the hell is it going to work? How is the alpha-yo going to work without the caffeine giving it that extra push and really activating it to its fullest potential? It is very, very interesting. I don't want to reveal everything because, again, like I said, my review for this will be dropping in the next week and a half. I really just want to run it a couple more times, but it's got another ingredient in here, which is a very controversial ingredient. And it's dosed really, really high. And it's an ingredient that some people love, some people hate, but it's dosed really high. So that is part of the reason why it's taken me a while to kind of feel out this product and go over it in full detail. But the review is coming. Definitely got to give it a spot here on the list just because of how unique it is. And the pumps are definitely incredible on this one. So Pump Master from Project M Supplements comes in on the list. And lastly, we have my 2 favorite non-stim pre-workouts here on the list. I'm not saying they're better than the other stuff on the list. These are just ones that I like personally that give me the craziest pumps in comparison to anything else. And at the number 2 spot, we have Sicario from Extremis Cartel. Yeah, guys, you see the king right here in all of his glory. This is a big tub. This is a fat scoop, a really fat scoop, 35.5 grams for the 2 scoop dose. But this thing is freaking loaded. I'm not even going to go through the label, but it's very similar to bare knuckle with some dosages being even higher. This thing is insane. Honestly, you can get away with running this at 1 scoop as opposed to 2, and you're still going to get crazy dosages. A lot of nootropics in here, a lot of freaking nootropics. So this is one of the few non-stim pre-workouts that I can take on a day where I do want to train non-stim, and I'm not even going to pair any caffeine on it, nothing. I'm just going to take it on its own. It's one of the only 2 or 3 products on this list that you can actually feel on a physical level. That's how good this product is. This is incredible. The flavor is good. I have the orange creamsicle. I know they have a bunch of other flavors now, but this was the first run when it first dropped. Actually almost finished, which makes me really sad, but overall, an amazing product, the one that you're actually going to feel, and that nootropic focus is just going to stay with you for the rest of the day. I mean, you're getting crazy dosages. You got tyrosine, alpha-GBC, and a couple of other nootropics. It's a really, really crazy product. And lastly, we have my favorite, my top, I guess you could say, non-stim pre-workout of 2026. And this is one that did get reformulated last year, and the reformulation is just spot on, amazing. And this is actually a new tub. It just came in yesterday, and I ran it today, which gave me a crazy swole, juicy pump, as you guys could see. Stim shows you the pumps. I don't just talk about them. This here, boys, is Pump Serum from Huge Supplements. Yeah, guys, an iconic name in the industry, a product that's been around for a long time. They did reformulate it this past year, and they also took out the beetroot powder, which again, it's unfortunate, but for whatever reason, I guess for flavoring purposes, and they took out the glycerol for clumping issues because the previous version did have some clumping issues. So this one here is just freaking insane. This is the heaviest scoop we have on here, 38.06 grams, so rounded off to 38 for 2 scoops. And yeah, this is just a freaking insane label. 10 grams of citrulline, 6,400 milligrams of beta-alanine. So you're going to tingle like crazy on this one, double the clinical dose. I'm sorry, they do have Hydroprime in here. You got Glycerol in here at 4,000 milligrams, yes, but this is the trademarked Hydroprime, and there is no clumping issues. I mean, if you can look at the powder here, I know this is a new powder, but literally zero clumps whatsoever, super fine, super fluffy. So this isn't that Glycerol they used before where it hardened and it clumped up. This is actually very fine and fluffy. Tyrosine at 3,000 milligrams, betaine anhydrous, you have some nitrates in here, taurine, a couple of other ingredients, right? But this is essentially a fully loaded non-stim pre-workout. You can run this on its own. It's one of the other products on here that you're actually going to run and you're going to feel. You're going to feel this on a physical level. The tingles come in, the focus comes in. Obviously, no caffeine, no stimulants to get the heart rate up. But with the focus package you're getting on here, the nootropic package, and just all the other hydrating ingredients in here, all the other pump ingredients, you're going to feel so freaking amazing on this one. And another one that's great to stack on these pre-workouts that come from somebody's basement or from some World War II bunker that you know you're not getting any clinical dosages in there. You're just getting stims and a little bit of extra sauce to make you happy, right? So actually, I did that today. Ran the Game On pre-workout, took 2 scoops of the pump serum. You do have to weigh this one out though, because the scoops come in heavy. Instead of being like 18 or 19 grams per scoop, they're closer to 23. So definitely weigh out the scoops so you don't get too pumped up. I mean, you don't want to be as pumped as High Stim Ace, right? I'm just kidding, of course. But guys, this has been my top 2026 list. I am going to put this on the 2025 playlist though, because technically I was supposed to release this video and drop it, but due to my schedule, I wasn't able to. If you guys enjoyed this video, you enjoyed me breaking down everything from my personal stash, don't forget to like the video. It helps the algorithm. Share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification. And if you're interested in picking up any of these products, I'm going to pin the comment. I'm going to link it down below. My affiliates with all my discounts. You can pick these up and save a little bit of money while supporting the High Stim Ace YouTube channel. Let's get these freaking gains, guys. Let's start 2026 off swole, juicy, and pump the hell up. And I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. Stay pumped. High Stim Ace signing off.